Welcome back to my channel, Izzy's Cuisines, and I'm Izzy. As you can see in the thumbnail, today we are making Creole fried fish. Along with the Creole fried fish, I'm making hush puppies and some sweet and spicy coleslaw, which you can find in a link at the bottom, or it should appear on the screen somewhere over here on this side, okay? So, I'm not gonna hold you up. We're gonna get into it, family, but just to let you know, this is a recipe for your fish that your whole family would love. So let's get into it. I'm not gonna hold you any longer. Now with this recipe, you can use any sort of fish you want to, but I'm using filet flounder. I have 10 pieces here that have been cleaned. Now what I do usually is I will cut the flounder down the middle and split them in half so that I can have more pieces. So, you know, it makes it easier, like if you want to just grab the piece and make you a sandwich with it, instead of using a whole piece of fish, you can have a small piece to make a sandwich with it instead of using a whole. So that's what I usually do, just split them in half. Now after that, I set them to the side and we're going to start off with our seasonings. And first thing we're going to start off with is some fresh ground black pepper. I use fresh ground black pepper whenever I'm cooking, period, okay? And I advise you to do the same. So that's 1 tablespoon of fresh ground black pepper, 2 tablespoons of Creole seasoning, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, and 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, and 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, okay? Then you want to incorporate all of that together. I got sick of trying to smash out all of those bubbles from the onion powder, so I decided to just go ahead and put it in my coffee grinder so that everything can mix well. It just broke everything down and combined it. And as you can see, some smoke came out of there, and that was from all the mixing, all of the ingredients mixing up together. But you got to be careful because that cayenne can get up in your nose and have you sneezing like crazy. Now right here we got 2 cups of flour and we have 2 cups of cornmeal, okay? And we're gonna pour that into our bowl. After that, we're gonna take 2 tablespoons of our seasoning and we're going to mix that in with our cornmeal flour dry batter, all right? Now, make sure you get those corners when you're stirring, because we want to make sure that the seasoning is all within and out of that dry batter. Now, after that, we're going to start on our wet batter, okay? And that's going to consist first of 2 eggs. Now, when you crack your eggs, make sure you do it in a separate bowl in case any shells could get in there, and you want to move them out before you transfer them over into your other bowl, okay? Because you don't want anybody to be crunching down on no eggshells. Now, we're going to give that a good whisk, and then we're going to go in and we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of spicy mustard. And after we add our 2 tablespoons of spicy mustard, we're going to go in and we're going to add a 1/2 cup of hot sauce. I prefer Frank's. It's one of the best tasting out there. Then we're going to go ahead and give that a whisk. Whisk that in really good together. Once it's all whisked, I transferred it over into a bigger bowl because I knew I was going to be adding the seasonings in. Okay, and I needed more space. So that's what we're going to do. You're going to add in the rest of your seasonings that you have left. You're going to pour that into your egg and hot sauce mixture, and you're going to whisk that and incorporate that very good, okay? Now, after that's all incorporated, we're going to grab our fish, and we're going to take our wet batter here, which is also our marinade, and we're going to pour that over the fish. Now, after we do that, we're going to take our hands and we're going to mix that seasoning, that wet batter, that marinade that we just poured in, and we're going to mix that in and try to get that all over our fish as much as possible. because this is going to marinate for a good while. Okay, you're going to marinate it for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or you can even marinate it overnight. But what you're going to do is take your hands and try to get each piece covered as possible, because that fish is going to soak in that flavor. Okay. And after we do that, we're going to cover it and we're going to set it aside, like I said, for about 15 minutes, or you can even let it sit overnight if you want to do it ahead of time. After that 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or overnight, we're going to open up our fish and we're going to take our dry batter and we're going to put our pieces into our dry batter to cover it. Now, once we get our fish into our dry coating here, we're going to make sure that we press down on our fish so that that coating can stick as much as possible. I mean, you may miss some spots. It may not cover. As you can see here, it wasn't completely covered, but it's still covered enough so that when you fry it, it's going to still be delicious. So we're going to press down on our fish, and then we're going to take it and we're going to lay it out on a rack so that the batter can adhere to our fish. And we're going to let that sit also for about 15 to 30 minutes or so. And in that time, that's when we're going to heat our oil up to 350 degrees. Now, once our oil is heated up, we're going to take our fish and we're going to lay it into our oil. Now, just know this, I have a small fryer here and I have a jumbo fryer, which is a turkey fryer, but I decided to use a small one. Being that this is smaller, we're not going to put all of our fish in at one time. We're only going to do a few at a time. Do that because when you put the fish into the hot oil, it is going to cause the temp to drop from 350 and go down some. So you don't want to put too many pieces in there because you do want it to fry up crisp. After 4 minutes, we're going to remove our fish, our first section that we put in, and then we're going to go ahead and put our next section in. Now, know this, after I removed the first pieces that I put in, I let it sit for about 15 minutes to bring that temperature back up to 350. Now, after you do that, we're going to go in and we're going to put in our second batch, which is what we're doing here. And then we're also going to let this cook for about 4 to 5 minutes or so, because flounder is so thin, and being that we're deep frying it, it's not going to take a long time for this to cook and crisp up. So after we do this and let these fry up for about 4 minutes, we're going to remove our fish. And we're going to take our fish and we're going to remove it over to a rack. Okay. I like to sit mine on a wire rack so all of that oil can drop down to the bottom and doesn't sit in the oil. But if you don't have a rack, then just take paper towels and sit them on the paper towels. Now, along with this meal, I made some hush puppies, and in due time, you can see the link should be on this video for you to click for that recipe. And also, I made some sweet and spicy coleslaw. Now, this is a recipe that I learned many, many years ago from a husband and wife duo called the Neelys. And I'm telling you, this is absolutely delicious, family. You got to try it. Now, here we go. Our plate is all set up and ready to eat. Now, family, I ask you, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, make sure you give me a like, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.